There's opportunities for that. There's an element of the internet that's cool. I mean, this car's just coming off the truck right now, and there's no, that's cool. But when you do an interview with your whole staff or you talk about your store, that should be professionally done. The next is impressions. And this is something I get somewhere later on in there, is that despite all this, we get clients that say, well, I'm going to spend money I'm going to try this other thing, and they haven't maximized things like search marketing. And we have clients that don't maximize their search marketing. You got to think, when somebody, if you're a Honda dealer and someone types 2010 Honda Accord into the search engine, they're a pretty relevant user. But yet, my radio buys, I need some extra money for that. I want to add an extra station. I think people need to continue to invest in the impressions, the amount of product that they're putting out there, online display, search marketing, so on and so forth. And the final thing is support. Here, and you mentioned specifically, I don't know how to do that with my Google Analytics. Well, you type in Google Analytics authorized consultant into the thing, there's thousands of people who make a living trying to trying to do just that. Someone came to me the other day and we talked about the work we do with Google Analytics. They go, but it's free. It's free. How can you charge somebody for something free? And I told them, I said, if I gave you architecture software, could you design a building? Oh no, but I'm not an architect. That's the point with this, is that look at a product like Google Analytics. It's an incredibly sophisticated program. And just because you're in an internet department or your business is on the internet does not mean you understand how to implement that effectively. Just because you can get into Google AdWords and enter your keywords does not mean that you can buy them effectively. Just because a TV station will give you free banner ads and some guy in your building downloaded Photo Pros and designs a banner ad does not mean it'll work. And so I think that you need to invest in some support and find people to help you do a better job on the internet. The next one, this is going to be short, and this is another one people are going to hate me for. Social media or Web 2.0 or whatever you want to call it. There's going to be one slide on this. Do it right or don't do it. Okay? Do it right or don't do it at all. And I can give you just horrible horror stories of what we see people doing, and it's only, I think the advent is, they don't know what they're doing. Or they want to do it, but they don't want to invest the money, but they want to say they're doing it. Just don't do it if you're not going to do it right. If you're not going to invest the time, the energy, the money into this, don't do it. This is an incredibly difficult medium to tackle. Why? Your manufacturer has a deeper relationship with your customers than you do. Does anybody believe that not to be true? If you're a Toyota dealership, and I tell you, hey, we're going to take away your Toyota franchise and give you a Kia franchise, you'd probably be irritated. If I told you if you're a Kia dealership, I say I'm going to give you a Mercedes franchise, you'd probably be pretty excited. If you were a Toyota dealership and the next day you started selling a different product, your sales would mimic that product's market share. People are buying the car. They're buying the car from you. We can do a good job at retaining customers, building loyalty, but if we didn't have that car anymore, they're not going to come back and do business with it again. They're not going to buy a car based on the dealership. They're going to buy the car based on the car they like. And so the opportunity there is for a manufacturer has a deeper relationship to build that love. A social network, what do you guys put on your social networks if you do them personally? Your kids, your family, your friends, products you're really passionate, you like to fish, you put the boating company on there that you built your boat. So, people don't go, hey, I'm buying a car from this dealership no matter what they sell. They say, I'm going to go buy a Toyota and I like this dealership. But if they didn't sell Toyotas, they wouldn't buy it from you. So it's important. There's a major automotive manufacturer out there that has just a killer Facebook page. I'm sorry, an automotive retailer. It's a killer Facebook page. When we look at it, I go, guys, if you need to do Facebook, that's what you need to do. They got 250 fans. Got hundreds of dealerships. 250 fans. And then you dig through those fans, some of them are like internet providers and me trying to see what they're doing, you know what I mean? So, and it's not that you shouldn't do it, and they're doing it right, But the point is, it's a little bit of the shallow end of the pool, is that it's going to take some time, momentum, and effort to get this. There's a lot of static on the airwaves. There's a company called Pear Analytics, which just did a research study on Twitter. 40.55% of Twitter feeds are what is considered useless babble. Like I'm eating a sandwich right now. Literally, like that's one of the ones they cite. I'm eating a sandwich right now. there's a statistic that 90% of the tweets are sent by 10% of the accounts. That there's just a tremendous amount of traffic out there. And if you do something like post your inventory feed to Twitter, you're making a mistake. That's not what people want to see. That's not what people want to see. They want to see something interesting from you. They don't want to see that you have a sale going on. It's, hey, get here by the end of the month, we have a sale. That's not why people subscribe to Twitter. It's not why people subscribe to Facebook. That brings us on to the next one. It's a conversation, not an ad. Social networking is no different than going to a party. If you go to a party at a friend's house, a dinner party, and you walked around and said, hey man, we're selling Toyotas, they're $299 a month, you'd be embarrassed. You wouldn't have any friends. You're laughing like I'm sure some of you guys did it, you know? But if you're at that party and someone says, oh, you work at that dealership? I'm interested in that. You give them your card. You say, you know what, when you're ready, come by down. Just call me. I'll work it out. It'll be easy for you. You need to have that type of entry into the social media. So if you're posting your inventory feed to Twitter, stop. Matter of fact, Twitter will probably cut you off pretty soon. They change their terms of service. But it's a conversation. And it's a conversation outside your dealership. So if it's not what you would say to somebody on the street, don't say it in a social network. It costs money to do it right. It costs money to do it right. The same company I told you didn't have a lot of Facebook fans and does it right, they did a great tweet one time. Said, remember your mom's station wagon? It's back. Now, that's something I click on, right? You know, my mom had the wood-sided station wagon, and I hated it. You sat in the trunk, and you clicked on it, and it was a very well-produced, personalized video for the Venza. And you're, wow, the station wagon's back. My wife could buy this and have a station wagon and still be cool, and I could drive it and not pull up the stoplight and duck my head when a girl drove by. You know what I mean? So, but it cost money. They didn't just go, you know what, I'm going to text about my station wagons right now. Now. Someone planned that. They shot the video. They tweeted about it. 2 days later, they talked about a tweet about a group of people that do extreme things to their cars to get tons of gas mileage. And when you clicked on the link, it went to a blog post that had really cool information, then asked you to comment. And there were tons of comments there about how people do their own things to improve gas mileage. That is great. Someone says, first person to grab me gets a $9.95 oil change. That's not what people want to hear. Fact of the matter is you're probably not investing enough money in the other things that you're doing. So let's not jump into a new one. It's a shallow end of the pool. There's not tons of traffic here. It's a relationship. It takes time to nurture. And if you're not spending enough money on search marketing or advertising in general or CRM systems or training or anything else, let's focus our money on low-hanging fruit, high return on investment stuff. So again, don't look at this and turn around and go, well, the guy told me not to get conversions and not to do social networking. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you're going to do it right. Spend the time, spend the energy, spend the money. Next, I'm going to talk about integrating online and offline. I'm going to show you next here a commercial. And this happened to us a while ago. And really, I mean, we tell people, I mean, we've been working on the internet. I think we're a pioneer. We've been working on the internet. 5, 6 years ago, we were doing internet work. But, they're kind of separate. What we do on the internet, what we do on TV. Yeah, we did the same ad on the internet and TV, but did someone go from the TV ad to the web or anything like that? And I'm going to show you a commercial here. And I want to show you what happened with this commercial. This commercial, and again, don't watch the commercial and go, I like it or I hate it. Just watch it.
During the Toyota of Tampa Bay Banner Sales Event, drive any new Toyota for half the price. I repeat, any new Toyota, half the price. Like 09 Corollas, not $17,780, but just $88,92. New Tundras, not $25,000, but just $12,500. Absolutely every new Toyota at just half the price. But hurry, at half the price, inventory goes twice as fast. There's only one Toyota of Tampa Bay. Online at toyotaoftampabay.com.
Now, depending on your penchant for aggressiveness, either that's run-of-the-mill for you or it's exciting, but that ad drew traffic. Tons of phone calls went up 141% the month we ran that. 141%. And that's the only statistic I want you to look at here, and I don't want you to look at